Welcome to the RM Moore STEM Academy Curriculum Night. We are very excited to have your child in first grade. Tonight we will be sharing some important information to help ensure that your child has the most successful first grade year. The 2024-25 first grade teachers include Miss Sarah Byers, Dr. Pam Sergel, Mrs. Ashley Clower, Mrs. Tanya Fairs, Mrs. Miranda Gorley, Miss Olivia Lully, Miss Annabelle Tippins, Mrs. Allison Yelton, and Mrs. Cheryl Watkins. In ELA, we use structured literacy best practices to help develop strong foundational skills in reading and writing. Our 120 minutes of instruction includes word study and phonics. We use Foundations to support our phonics instruction and Heggerty to support our phonemic awareness instruction. Each standards-based reading mini lesson includes a read aloud that supports the standards-based lesson. Each teacher develops differentiated small group lessons that meets each group of students where they are at and gives them the skills and strategies necessary to help progress. Our ELA instruction also includes a writing mini lesson. This writing mini lesson is standards-based and includes strategies to help each student become better writers. After the mini lesson, each student has a chance to work on writing independently to practice the skills and strategies that were taught to them during their mini lesson. We use evidence-based writing instruction to plan each lesson. During our first semester, we will be working on narrative writing. In Unit 2, we will be working on informational writing, and in Unit 3, we will be introducing opinion writing. Our second semester includes more practice in informational writing, and we will be ending the year with the chance to work more on narrative writing. Our math lessons are developed using the first grade Georgia math standards. Each day includes 90 minutes of math instruction, which includes whole group lessons, vertical tasks, number talks and CGI, differentiated small groups, and iReady, which is an internet practice that is individualized for each student. During our first semester, we will be building, comparing, and interpreting numbers within 120. In Unit 2, we'll be looking at the relationship of addition and subtraction. In Unit 3, we will be learning about shapes and patterns. During our second semester, in Unit 4, we will be learning about measurement. In Unit 5, we will be learning problem solving. And finally, in Unit 6, we will be working on a culmination project to show all the wonderful things we have learned during our first grade year. Our science standards will be covered in class and during STEM specials. Teachers will use integrated units to plan cross-curricular lessons. Science topics include weather patterns, light and sound, magnets, and the needs of plants and animals. Social studies standards will be taught in class. Teachers will use integrated units to plan cross-curricular lessons. Social studies topics include famous Americans, maps and globes, continents, oceans, and landforms, goods and services, and producers and consumers. You can follow the link below for a complete list of the first grade standards. We use a wide variety of assessments throughout the school year. These include the Cherokee County School District Reading and Math Screeners. We use the iReady Math Diagnostic for the math screener and the STAR Early Literacy Screener for reading. Additional literacy assessments include the Letters, Phonics, and Spelling Assessment. These assessments are administered at the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, and the end of the year. Grade level assessments include unit assessments for ELA and math, standards-based common formative assessments for priority standards, rubrics and checklists, and standards-based report cards. We also conduct a writing assessment, which is called Write Score. This assessment is given 2 times a year. Georgia alternative assessments include Access for ELs. These include English learners and the English proficiency test. WIDA alternate access for English learners with significant cognitive disabilities, and the Georgia alternative assessment for students with significant cognitive disabilities. For homework, we encourage students to read 15 to 20 minutes. Parents, you can have your child retell the story with characters, setting, and what happened in the beginning, in the middle, and the end of the story. Have your child write stories using complete sentences with capitalization and punctuation. For math practice, practice counting to 120 from any number. Also, practice adding and subtracting 0 to 20. When reading with your child, here are some strategies to help you at home. Make connections to the story that you're reading. Ask, what does this remind you of? Do you like the story? Why? It's good for you to model. For example, you could say, this reminds me of a book I read. Visualize with your child. Ask, what do you see when reading this book? Want to draw a picture of what you see? Again, model for your child. I can picture, and then name something that you can picture. Ask W questions. Ask, who are the characters? What is the problem? Where does it take place? When does it take place? Why did this happen? Ask deeper questions. Ask, what is the main idea? What challenges did the characters face? How did the characters solve the problem? What lesson can we learn? Finally, synthesize and infer. Why did the character blank? What would you have done differently? Also, compare and contrast the characters. What new information did you learn? Goals are important for our students. Students take ownership of their learning through goal setting. Personal goals are set by students based on their data and tracked on their data forms. Example of data students may keep track of themselves include their reading level and their iReady lessons. Students will share their goals with you during our family engagement nights in October and February. You can monitor your child's progress through Canvas. To find out more information, go to the RMOR website and look for the Parent Canvas icon. On your child's homeroom teacher's Canvas page, you will find some important information. This information includes the weekly planner for your child's lessons, elementary and course resources, as well as your child's schedule and teacher email. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love having your child and look forward to a great year.